like they're not going to go for this play, not when you have someone like this Clockwork here waiting patiently. Top lane, more pressure being placed on DM. He is left all alone, and this is excellent, the fact that they were able to identify he is alone and doesn't even need that final click. It's still going to be Insania who gets the first blood.
Oh, he's
mid lane, get the cogs off over onto GPK. Mickey, though, just more interested in hitting some of these creeps, and they have another rotation coming out now from Hakoda. Yamish rushing forward. Box is not looking good for him, although he has popped his wand. It's going to take one more hit from Hakoda to finish up, but at the same time, they'll end up losing Yamish. So a support trade here in the mid lane.
Yeah, no mid laner was harmed in the making of this. Both of them are
Sania just kind of plinking away. DM seems unaware.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's gonna come up too far.
There it is. There's the Maledict. They follow up with the cast. Not gonna get too many bounces, but they do a lot of damage. So this is not looking like DM will survive by any means. A nice rotation from Mickey, and he's gonna be able to collect himself a kill. In the bottom lane, though, they go for the dive on Zai. They'll be able to clean up Visage.
That's a big kill because they're catapult alive and they can now push the tower bottom. So VP in a good spot to do the first bit of real tower damage. Identical CS right now for the both of the carries here. We have a good game going on for Morphling, but same can be said for the Faceless Void. Both are enjoying quite free farm.
There's the Rumble, the run through from Yamish. Mickey's already got that haste though. They'll be able to get the Maledict off, but it's still going to be a kill. As now GPK forced to use the Tornado because he's got 3 heroes chasing him. They even go for the Chronosphere because Matu has made this rotation. Mickey is on a killing spree. First Chrono of the game used, gets a kill on the mid lane, so Liquid has to be pretty gosh darn happy about that.
Yeah, that's what you want when you play Void.
We're hoping that they can find Mickey in the jungle. They know that he's been hitting a lot of these creep camps, but he's already made his way back to the mid lane. So it looks like they might just rejoin here with DM. No, they'll turn back around. Hook shot over onto Yamish. Hold into place. Mickey getting off a couple of these hits. Just uses the one raise, so they'll be able to take out one of their main initiators.
Good clean kill.
Now
Maybe they go Disruptor.
They only managed to grab Insania on this. I don't think you're too upset about that if you're Liquid, because now they're going to try to just move forward. They don't have any mana left, though, over on Boxy. That time dilation coming to play. GPK, he has that tornado, but they follow up with the Chronosphere just to hold GPK in place, even though Void's not anywhere near here. And they'll go for that Requiem, following up with the battery slot. Hakoda will fall to Zai while this is going on, and they manage to chase down GPK in the end.
A really nice play there by VP. The fact that Matumba was able to get that close, able to join, and he only has 3 points time walk, and still he's able to get to these fights in time, in good position. So I like what we're seeing from Matumba in this game. He's very active with the Chrono. Once he has it, he wants to be a part of the fights.
There's a little bit of a chase over onto Yamish here in the bottom lane. And just this Maledict is doing so much work this game, I feel. They even go and use that Death Ward to ensure that they collect it. Although now Zai taking a bit of damage here from Ramses. Do have the 2 birds, and they're going to poke away on the backlines over at Hakoda. They do manage to get the kill, but the hook shot and over onto Ramses. Get a glimpse back over to Mickey, but now he's a little bit closer to Ramses. So I'm not sure if that was necessarily what they wanted to do. That tornado coming out, the coconut though bouncing around. This is looking very bad for Morphling. Mickey, man, this guy is absolutely dominating, as Matu will clean up Hakoda on the back lines.
They're getting a lot right now, and the momentum on this SF. He was doing so much right-click damage there. I didn't think Morphling... They understand the cooldown of Chrono. They pressure as much as they can, and the moment the Chrono is about to come off, like 5 seconds remaining on the cooldown, they back out.
He thinks this is a dead Hakoda. Drops the kinetic field, does manage to grab Matu, but I think Insania's got this all under wraps. While this is going down, we see that Ramses kills off Zai.
Yeah, he had quite a bit of help there, both the Invoker and the Primal Beast joining. Zai, no way to...
He is so close to finishing off that BKB, and that's going to be a huge power spike when you're up against something like a Timbersaw, like this Invoker. All these guys that rely heavily on the magic, but there we go. There's the Chronosphere. They dropped the status from onto Insania, so he's not going to be able to get his ultimate off, and there's not much mana left on him either. It's not looking great, as they'll take down Insania, but now Matu, he gets caught out by GPK, and they finish off, just cleaning up after Liquid, one after one. Mickey running for his life, does have the BKB though, so it looks like VP, they're happy. It's going to be going for the Manta, it looks like, next. But are we going to be seeing, you know, more pressure being placed, or are they going to just kind of chill out over on the side of VP for the time being?
They're going to look to fight for sure. Oh, we're going to see Disruptor
well,
go a little bit
maybe
too deep.
That's not their choice to fight. That was an unfortunate series of events. As over on the side, Timber Chain out, but the hook coming out from Boxy also to follow. They'll be able to clean him up. A little bit of damage being placed out from Zai, but DM, he's a big tanky boy. He has some assistance from GPK. They're very happy with this pick-off. You've got a Chronosphere that you have to watch out for. They still have that BKB over on Mickey. Although Matu in the bottom lane, they do make the jump on him right away, but just not quite enough damage, I think, as he moves forward.
Beautiful.
Goes for the Chronosphere,
Wow.
grabs GPK, and Insania getting into position, walks into the Chrono, just wants to make sure that he can get a stun off if necessary. There's the cast over on Hakoda. So it was a brilliant try coming out from BVP, but at the end of the day, just not quite enough damage.
What a nice Chrono 2, catching him on the edge there on the...
Yamich makes his way bottom along with DM. Looking to possibly push them out of the jungle. But Liquid having a pretty decent read on this. Timber Chain forward, onslaught over onto Insane, immediately goes for the Voodoo switcheroo. They'll turn this attention right back to Yamich, so he's going to be the initiator, but he's still going to end up dying. And now DM not looking too great himself, as they do have that Death Ward. We'll go for a Glimpse play back, which should be enough to keep DM alive. But the rest of the team, they're coming in hot. As they
the
send
birds are
in
chasing
Mickey, they send in
Hakoda.
Zai, they want to get a stun off. They should be able to close the gap over on Hakoda at the very least, so that is going to be a dead Disruptor. A nice turnaround after they tried to make the gank play over onto Insania and Matu.
That's one of the tricky things, and why I think Witch Doctor is so strong, right?
Bottom lane, GPK has got that Ghost Walk up currently. He's going to try to make some moves over onto Zai. Got the Spirit Vessel charge, followed with the meatball, but the hook shot over onto the back lines. Poxy will be able to push GPK back as Matu pops the BKB. He's making his way over to GPK. He's going to be able to help get the kill. Poxy's going to get the final hit, as now DM is going to TP out, but they'll use the Chronosphere. They say, you're not going anywhere. Again, that Maledict coming into play, the Voodoo Switcheroo, trying to get as much damage off to TM as possible, and they'll be able to finally slay the Timbersaw after he's made it out alive multiple times.
That surprised me a little bit that they went for Visage on bottom there.
No, it's GPK. He's gonna try to defend. Hakoda pinging out that he sees himself a Mickey. Insania is going to back off along with Zai. So they are grouped together. They're ready for a fight if needed, but there it is. There's a glimpse back into the silence with that Static Storm. They'll drop the Wraith Pack though, trying to just mitigate some of this damage, but they rip it down so quickly. Zai, he's not gonna be able to do much here, as he's gonna try to just come back up after that stone, but they'll follow up with the Sunstrike.
Oh no, he resummoned. He lost his bird.
He lost
Only
one,
one
that's for sure. Uh-oh, Insania now is here. Feels like they weren't quite prepared to go into this fight necessarily, although Ramses, he's split up, so there's going to be a nice glimpse back over onto Matu. They'll go use the Requiem. They need a little bit more damage to finish off Ramses. They did fight back on the Primal Beast as DM comes in. Mickey, though, already popping the BKB. It's a little bit of a split fight now as Matu gets picked up by this Primal Beast. The chase is on, though. They finally take down Boxy. Matu, though, doesn't feel super confident. He's going to teleport away as they
Fantastic
chase
fight for
after.
VP. I don't think they're going to be able to fight.
Here onto Boxy. They'll fall the BKB on Matu.
Oh, that's an early BKB. Bit of a window here for VP.
Sitting a little bit low. DM jumping forward. That BKB getting popped from DM. The glimpse back over onto Matu, though, into the Static Storm. This is looking pretty scary now as they use the Sheep Stick over onto Ramsey. But Matu, he will indeed pop to GPK. DM chasing after Zai. We've got such a split fight here. The attention, though, going over to the side. They'll be able to grab up Hakoda. They'll finish him off. But the follow-up again with another Tornado. Delta split going on. Follow-up with the Sunstrike. Not going to be able to quite land. It is now Ramses making his way over to the supports on the side of Liquid. Gets the kill on Zai. Go, and they'll pulverize Boxy. Can they grab Insania? It's looking like they should be able to. Yep, a couple cuts from the big old blade of Timbersaw will finish him, and they can make their way over into the pit now.
Beautiful fight there by VP. Man, Liquid need a big Chrono now. They are really struggling in these fights. They have to try and find the Invoker or multiple heroes.
Hook shots in, grabs DM. Matu coming forward, realizes he gets, oh, there it is, there's that silence we talked about with the Ags. They just rip apart Matu. Hakoda will die, but he's already done what is needed during this fight. The trample coming through here from Yamich, chasing after Zai, chasing after Boxy. They managed to get their hands on Boxy with that pulver, and Nikkei standing on the back lines along with Insania. Insania's got a cask available. They're going to go for the play here to get the Maledict off. They follow up with some of these hits. A nice play from Mickey. He's just going to teleport out, though. He's more than happy with what he got. As Zai drops the birds, tries to make his way out, and now Insania, he is going to get left behind. That Voodoo Restoration is very pretty, but it is not going to do enough to save you from the likes of these three.
Yeah, they did the best they could in this fight, but the fact that they went in with the Faceless Void and didn't...
Yamich sitting on the top, going to be that distraction as the birds do spot. And this Roche is sitting at about half health. How do they get in there? Because look at Hakoda. He knows that he's got to be in position. And Matu's got to be careful. He's got to make sure that he can get that BKB in time. Zip forward and back. Yamich, there it is. There's the Chronosphere on the backline. He pops the BKB, doing so much damage to GPK. He is going to die. Back though immediately from Yamich, from GPK. Zai left over here on the line, so they chase into the pit. Mickey trying to get some of this damage off. Static Storm gets dropped over onto Mickey. Yamich jumping in, but it's not enough. They get the kill over on Hakoda. Now GPK, he popped back. He can't afford to die, as Matu wails away on him. Trying to keep this information. They get that deafening blast. A couple more hits should be able to do the trick, and by God, they have it as they get multiple buybacks. The fight is still going. They find themselves Yamich. He's running for his life. They do manage to get Mickey, but Mickey buying back immediately as well. Very little mana left over on DM as Ramses is left off to the side. Zai trying to do what he can. They'll end up getting Hakoda. They're still chasing after Ramses. There's the hook shot though coming out from Boxy. He gets his hands right onto this morph and they'll drop the rock.
Run Ramses, but he gets left alone here sort of, and that was a huge blow. Morphin going in.
Going in again, he does end up getting stunned, and they still have the other birds. Hakoda standing nearby, Boxy with the hook shot over onto the back lines, though. BKB comes up from Matu. He doesn't want to get hit with a Static Storm and end up falling. They still manage to get the kill on Hakoda. DM joining back in. Boxy taking a lot of damage. They'll be able to burn down. But now they don't have Hakoda. They don't have that Static Storm for about 60-something seconds. You're going to have to just reset on the... Team's going to Power Rangers TP home. As you can see, VP playing this bottom part of the map. DM will walk into Matu here, and there's immediately the blink with the sheep stick. The BKB comes out from Matu. He's going to just use that Chronosphere. You have to be careful, though. The rest of the team, are they going to come back? No, they just realized we got to leave them. We're not going to take this fight. GPK, ooh. He thought about TPing out, and he saw that void. He's like, nope, 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 I'm just gonna blink away. And Matu's still on the hunt. Again, he does have a refresher orb. He finds himself Hakoda. He's gonna go for that refresher orb just in case. Starts beating away over onto Hakoda. Should be able to get this kill, no problem, as now GPK doesn't have that TP up for another 18 seconds, so has to hope that no one's looking for him. But the rest of the team already out. Full of that, but these birds are just ripping through these racks right now. There's just nothing that VP can do about them at this time. We'll see DM coming back up in about 6 seconds. A little bit of the waveform over onto Boxy. There's BKB coming out, but already Boxy is going to be able to just keep moving. And there it is. There's the second Chronos here. Boxy does eventually get ripped apart, but they'll get the kill over on Yamich. They have their eyes over onto DM. And Sania, though, left behind. Most likely going to fall, but Ramses, he's so separated from the rest of his team, he can't survive that. He's immediately dead. They do have the buyback on Ramses for... Otherwise, he's down for 95 seconds. They'll buy back on Zai. They can...
And the bottom racks goes down. Range racks dead to just the birds.
This is an opening now, knowing that they won't have GPK. Yamich, though, gonna go for that charge forward. The Lincoln gets popped, and there it is. It's already in place with Matu. He's doing so much damage. Focuses over onto Yamich, over onto Hakoda. They'll get the kill. The buyback comes out immediately from the side of Yamich. DM, though, he's so far away from everyone else. There's so much damage being clicked upon him. The Untus now going to proc. But again, they have the BKB, and this nuke damage coming out from Mickey. It's just so intense. Matu finds a kill. GPK pops it, but they have a second Chronosphere. That is just a dead Invoker. He's going to buy back. The chase is on Ramses, though. They want to get him. He goes, he procs that Aeon Disc. He's got himself his own version of Faceless Void. Looking to possibly go back in now that GPK has rejoined the fight, as has DM. He's going to just put as much damage as he can over onto Zai. Boxy taking so much over to the side, but somehow still alive, still kicking as they go. They kill GPK again. Ramses still just putting out the damage. Mata does go down, and now the pressure is on here, but Ramses doing so much damage. DM still alive, still very, very tanky. They're going back in, though. They're doing a decent amount of damage. Here comes Matu. They're trying to get their Zai. Gets himself a double kill on DM, and now the chase is on. Can Ramses make it out in time? It's looking like he's going to be able to survive this, but he has lost so much on the side of Virtus.pro. He's lost
as well. That's insane.
This is one hell of a match to start the day off with, and we're still just on game number 1.
I knew this was going to be good, and we're going to see a fight again here.
They have a silver edge, though. They're going to open up over onto DM. They'll follow up with the Chronosphere. They grab Koda off immediately. Yamish going to get cleaned up on the back lines. DM has already used that BKB, but the bashes come out, plus this Aeon does keep him alive just a little longer. Ramses doesn't really want to be here because Mega Requiem of Souls, they'll be able to kill DM. 2 dead over on the side of VP. 3 technically, but we do have a buyback. And we still have another Chrono with this refresher. They need to be careful. Ramsey's hiding in the tree line with GBK. Gets the Alacrity off the jump over onto Mickey immediately. But there it is, a turnover onto 3. They grab them. They should be able to blow up GBK. And now they want Ramsey's. Are they going to be able to have the damage? Are they going to be able to do it? They call GG. They know it is the end of the line. Team Liquid starting off our day with one hell of a series against Virtus.pro.
Yeah, fantastic play from both teams here. A lot of crazy stuff went down. Oh my god. I mean, it's early in the morning here for me, but I feel completely awake after that game. That's crazy. The way that they played this, I feel like as the game progressed and went past somewhere the 30-minute mark, 35-minute mark, Liquid just felt like they had the better tools to deal with this game. We did see one good fight where VP, they got Matumba Man killed with that Static Storm Aghanims, right? Catching him out. But after that, we didn't really have any big Aghanims Static Storms because Liquid were very aware of it